Hello, everyone. We will demonstrate a platform called PMTOM, which assists medical professionals in finding polypharmacy treatments with minimal adverse drug reactions and interactions. The platform is integrated with large language model tools such as Chat-GPT. Acronym PMTOM stands for Personalized Medicine Treatment Optimization Method. Please see the references to published articles about PMTOM. The authors of this research are Adnan Kulenovic and Azra L. Kulenovic from Absolute Information Age, Toronto. Please contact us at the following email. Our interest in this topic is driven by the importance of addressing a growing crisis of morbidity and mortality caused by uncontrolled polypharmacy treatments, which particularly affect the older populations. According to the U.S. Federal Drug Administration Agency, the ADRs may be the fourth leading cause of death in the United States, probably a similar situation in other developed countries. Annual cost of medication-related morbidity and mortality is about $500 billion in 2016, which is approximately 16% of the U.S. healthcare expenditures. Now it's probably even much higher. And many ADRs and interactions are preventable with better therapy optimization according to the above report. This problem, however, is not properly addressed in the currently available clinical decision support solutions and systems. They are focused on individual drugs and interactions, not the full treatment regimen. They generate alerts about ADRs without actionable alternatives. There is a high rate of alert overrides by the medical staffs, 91% according to the report, which leads to so-called alert fatigue. There is a limited support for the prescribing decisions, and also these solutions do not optimize treatments across multiple conditions simultaneously. PMTOM is addressing these features by providing polypharmacy optimization using a structured data-driven approach. There are several references that explains the method and how it was applied to several studies. It integrates Chat-GPT LLM tool for clinical reasoning and validation. It quantifies different ADR and drug interaction risks, including the Beers criteria risks. It uses clinician-defined or AI suggested drug alternatives that will be used in the optimization process. It recommends treatment regimens with minimal cumulative ADRs and drug interactions. It also identifies prescription cascades, candidate the prescribing drugs, and it can assist medical staff with the prescribing plan proposals. And here we show a high-level PMTOM application architecture. The core PMTOM functions are shown on the left. The medical staff enter the patient's record and treatment options and receive analytical and optimization reports, the prescribing plans, and detailed AI reviews and recommendations. You can access PMTOM platform front-end tier from any web browser. The PMTOM engine coordinates the internal processes and performs the treatment analysis, optimization, comparison. It interacts with the PMTOM database implemented in Oracle, which stores structured and curated data on drugs, drug indications, diseases, ADRs, various types of drug interactions, the Beers criteria, as well as the prescribing drugs, drug cascade. The data is loaded from curated public sources, for example, Drug Bank, or manually. The LLM integration module communicates with the LLM servers and knowledge bases, returns treatment options, views, and recommended treatments. It also provides narrative explanations and produces the prescribing plans based on their training data. This architecture can be further integrated with clinical decision support systems via web services. For this demonstration, we used a published real deprescribing case explained in the article by Farrell, Morkel, and Ingar, Reducing Pill Burden and Improving Medication Adherence. You can find a description of this case at the site deprescribing.org. Use the following URL. The case is about a 78-year-old woman that was admitted to a deprescribing facility with 16 conditions and 5 suspected ADRs, which were treated with 28 drugs. That was a pretty complex case and a very good example where the PMTOM different features can be demonstrated. This diagram shows a typical workflow for using the PMTOM platform. The yellow marked activities are performed by PMTOM and the blue ones by PMTOM assisted by AI tool Chat-GPT. Each step includes 3 activities: data preparation, data analysis and optimization, and the review. We will demonstrate activities marked with 2 asterisks. The major workflow steps generate 5 different treatment versions: admission, version 0, discharge, version 1, Chat-GPT discharge, version 2, treatment optimized with PMTOM and Chat-GPT selected drug alternatives, version 3, and finally treatment optimized with PMTOM and doctor selected drug alternatives, which is version 4. In the last steps, the ADRs and drug interactions in each treatment version are compared and the best version is selected. After that, Chat-GPT was consulted for the prescribing plan. All PMTOM reports for this demonstrated case can be found at this PMTOM URL location. We recommend landscape or desktop modes to see the full reports. You can access the PMTOM platform at the provided URL. Click menu item PMTOM to select either the PMTOM basic or full functionality. Additional features include the comparison and the recommendation of treatment version, preparation of the prescribing plan, and consultation with Chat-GPT. In this section, we will illustrate how to enter patient's record and treatment on the example of the case 8 admission introduced earlier. Select the PMTOM full and go to section Load the treatment version. Load the case 8 version 0, which was prepared earlier. The record appears. You can review it, starting from demographic data and notes, and then conditions, other drug reactions, drugs, and dosages. Now I will illustrate how to update the record, for example, to add a new disease, bronchospasm, drug ephedrine, the disease and drug appears in the section above. Now we can delete it, or in the same way, any other disease and drugs can be entered and deleted. Now check the data and submit for analysis. The report appears in a few seconds. In the section Drug Interaction Review, there is a detailed analysis, statistics of other drug reactions, different types of drug interactions, and the Beers criteria. The counts, critical counts, are marked in red. The sections below contain further details about each other drug reactions and interactions. You can review any type of information you are interested in. In the Beers criteria risk section, there are cautions and warnings to avoid or reduce dose for drugs listed in the Beers criteria. And in this section, we want to review the discharge treatment and illustrate how to use Chat-GPT for the consultation. The record ID version 1, they are pre-entered. You can select any of the predefined questions, for example, what are the risks associated with this review? And then you submit the data. Chat-GPT reviews the treatment and provides the following answer for the question, what are the risks associated with this treatment? So you can see that for each drug and disease, it's listing some concerns, muscle pain and weakness, liver enzyme abnormalities, and so on and so forth. It goes through the whole treatment and all drugs. In the end, it provides some additional comments and recommendations, which actually ends this report. In order to produce next versions of the discharge treatment, specifically version 2, which is a Chat-GPT proposal, and version 3, where Chat-GPT only provides the alternative drugs and PMTOM optimizes the whole treatment, you have to use the PMTOM optimization and reporting options and set them in the PMTOM full function. For example, Chat-GPT treatment should be set to yes if you want version 2, and if you want version 3, then Chat-GPT drug option should be put to yes. The reporting options include customization of the parts of the report. Basic report is always provided, includes only ADRs and critical drug interactions, statistical report, and drug condition interactions. All other parts listed here can be included or excluded. And here we will illustrate the core PMTOM optimization process with Chat-GPT provided alternative drugs. Use the menu item PMTOM full, load the discharge treatment, case 8 version 1, and click on the section PMTOM optimization options, select Chat-GPT drug options. Enter new record ID and version, and submit the record for optimization. In a few seconds, PMTOM returns the analytical and optimization report for this version. The report actually contains similar sections to the ones we already demonstrated. What's new and important is section Consider Drug Alternatives, where you can see what Chat-GPT actually suggested, which drugs to consider in addition to the original drugs. Then again, it produces optimal treatment, selected drugs from the list above, and statistical report of adverse drug reactions interactions. Other sections further detailed that optimal treatment for these conditions. This slide is an extract from the PM-TOM comparison report. It is taking the FIGHT version that we introduced early in the workflow. What you can see here is that the original admission and discharge treatments show many adverse drug reactions and interactions which are not present in the optimized treatments, particularly the adverse drug reactions and critical drug interactions are significantly reduced, as well as the Beer's risks, critical and other. In the next slide, we will comment it further. In the summary of the previous analysis, we can say that the discharge treatment reduced the number of ADRs and critical drug-drug interactions. Chat-GPT proposal didn't offer a significant change. Actually, ADRs improved, but critical drug-drug interactions increased. On the other hand, PM-TOM plus Chat-GPT drug options version 3 reduced significantly critical drug-drug interactions from 23 to 11, and it showed no critical Beer's criteria risks, only 4 cautions. So it's a balanced improvement. And finally, the version 4, where the user selected drug classes, shows further improvement. ADRs were reduced further to only 6, and only 2 the Beer's criteria risks cautions were found. So it looks like to be the best outcome. In the next step, we asked ChatGPT to recommend the best treatment version based on its insights from the medical literature studies and guidelines. Specifically, we asked ChatGPT to review versions 3 and 4 and recommend the best treatment. Here are some details of the report, analysis of the benefits and risks of each candidate, and conclusion that the best regimen is version 4. And after finding the best treatment, you can ask ChatGPT to suggest a detailed prescribing plan for discontinuing, tapering, and replacing drugs. We suggested to use the admission treatment as a starting point and then target the optimized one, version 4. Here you can see a detailed plan in our case. Each suggestion or plan element contains a description of the current and target drugs and the plan how to change them in any way if necessary. And what are the conclusions from this presentation? PM-TOM supported by LLM Chat-GPT identifies lower risks polypharmacy treatments with minimal adverse drug reactions and interactions in an efficient way. It can be used by physicians to adjust existing treatments during age-related deterioration and multimorbidity, which can significantly reduce and prevent the risks of adverse drug reactions and interactions. LLM tools alone cannot identify fully optimized treatments as they lack access to up-to-date curated drug databases, have limited ability to assign severity scores, and do not guarantee exhaustiveness or clinical accuracy. These are statements from ChatGPT, by the way. However, LLM tools can support polypharmacy optimization by providing a valid treatment alternatives, reviewing optimized treatments, suggesting the prescribing plans, and addressing specific clinical concerns. We welcome any interest for collaborative work on polypharmacy management and optimization. Here are the possible topics: AI-augmented polypharmacy optimization, personalized prescribing strategies, explainable clinical AI for polypharmacy, real-world clinical validation, such as studies in geriatric and polypharmacy populations, and integration with clinical decision support systems, embedding optimization AI capabilities into EHR and CDSS workflows to reduce alert fatigue. We thank you for your interest in this presentation. Please contact us for any questions or suggestions.